Hello everyone, so today I am going to be doing a review on the Punta. We did come back about a month ago. I did record all the other different videos, so I will just put the playlist of everything that we did here. We went to, which I will get on to about all this sort of things, we went to Candelaria, which is literally next to the hotel. You can easily get a bus there. Santa Cruz, and then we went to Las Americas / Los Cristianos, which you can get to on the TUI bus, which I will get on to as well. So the Punta is in Las Castillas in Tenerife. It's on the north side of the island. There is quite a few pools in that, but of course I will get more in depth into everything, just a little tiny bit of an overview. There is 2 restaurants, but only you have to pay to go into one of the restaurants. There's just a normal sit down one, so you do have to pay for one. And then there's just the normal buffet restaurant, and there is a pool bar which is open most days, and then there is like a crate bar as well. There's quite a few things that you can see, and there's 2 bars, and then each pool has its own like self-service sort of thing, so you can get your own drinks. So that was all pretty good. So I will get onto the room. We did stay in the premium room, so usually that would mean you are on the edge of the hotel, so you have a 360 view. For some reason we were not on that. I thought that's literally what you got, but we were the one next to the one at the end. But they are usually facing the pool area, so you do get a very nice view. Every single room in the Punta anyway does have a sea view. That's because of the way they're positioned, so wherever you are you'll be able to see the sea. But because we have premium, I think it's more or less guaranteed that you'll probably be on poolside view. The last time I was there, I was looking like in the middle. The middle was okay, but if you like looked directly out, you could just see the other building. So you're just basically sitting there looking at people. So you had to like position yourself like this to look this way to actually see the sea and the lovely view. So here is the room. So you do have a bath and a shower just in its own little thing there, a bidet. A mirror with quite good space for putting products in that. We do get champagne and some welcome gifts because we were premium. TV is a pretty good size. There's a little welcome gifts. You get tea and coffee making facilities because it's premium. You don't usually get that. The bathrobes, and then the slippers, which I don't think I showed, but it's quite a good room. I will put also, this is the normal room, which I just put up here. So the bathrooms are basically the same. I'm pretty sure that you can have ones that have been done up, but we didn't get that. We didn't have the one, we just had the exact same. They just have a shower, which I'd much rather have a bath when I'm on holiday, so I was pretty happy with that. I think the rooms are so much nicer when it comes to premium. I was definitely happy to pay the extra. The extra for 10 nights was about £80 per person. But I will get on to why that's good. Obviously the tea and coffee making facilities are very nice to have. Like, you know, always had a cup of tea, because as well you can't really drink the water in Tenerife, so it was very nice just to have a tea and not go and buy loads of water. And then this is the view that we had from our balcony. Obviously pool view, you can see where all the sunbeds are, the location of it, and the lovely sea with the nice sunset going on. I did record this just as we got into the room, just because, you know, rooms can get into a bit of a mess. So this was at 7:49, so it's a very nice sunset. In front of the restaurant as well, there's the Cascada, which is a waterfall, so that does have turtles in it, and it's quite a lovely little garden. And if you walk up the stairs from that area, there's just like a nice little walk where you get to see like a load of cacti. It's very nice around there. The turtles are definitely a massive point of the Punta, I'd say. You see, as you're eating like dinner or whatever, we like to pick the table that looked over at the turtles. We like to sit there, so you'd be eating dinner and then you could see the turtles, and a lot of people taking photos of the turtles. Now, the food. So we obviously went all inclusive. For that hotel, that is literally all you can do. So the food is quite nice from there, but I did have a few problems with like getting a bit bored of it. I feel like that's sort of normal in an all-inclusive hotel. I'm not going to say it's the worst, but I'm not going to say it's the best either. Okay, I did enjoy it. Sometimes we did go out for lunch and stuff like that, tea time. So there was always a range of options, always had chips, which I know for me, like, yes, that's absolutely fine. Pizzas, all different meats. It always changed. I think every single night they had like a Chinese night, an English night, a French night, all that sort of thing. I can't really remember all of them, to be absolutely honest with you. Always had a really nice salad as well. The salad choices were very nice there. Quite a lot every night. There was one night where it was absolutely disgusting. I don't know what night that was. I have no idea. But as well, they have some really nice desserts, a lovely cheese wheel some nights, and then some nights it changed to a chocolate fountain, and then there would be an ice cream machine on some nights. So it was always interchanging and everything else. For lunch and dinner, I wouldn't really say there was much difference in lunch and dinner. You know, the staples were always there. Pasta, pizzas, chips, etc. were always there. That was good for me because sometimes I did not want to be adventurous and try different things. So to always have the same thing for me, great. So as well as this, as I was talking about, there was the pool bar, which has like burgers. Basically, a lot of things they didn't use for like lunch would go out there, which is absolutely fine. Like, you know, it's a good snack. So I sort of wish that I'd used that though for lunch sometimes, because another point is about food, very busy sometimes. Like, sometimes you just couldn't even walk like and get anything. People would all push in front of you. You know, you had to have your wits. You had to know what times to go down for dinner. So my advice is always go in early. Definitely early, not late. Breakfast opens about 7:30, I believe. We did not do breakfast like that this time. We have done it before in the past, but because we just like the pastries, like the croissants and that sort of thing, so we just had them, and that was fine. We just went down about 8, but it was absolutely heaving when you went down there. Absolutely heaving. So just do it very early, especially with like tea. Have it early. You'll be absolutely fine if you have it early. If you have it later, it can get a bit crazy. That is the one con about the food there. It can be a teeny tiny bit of a fight to get the said food. I did also get breakfast, which I'll put here. So you could get a full English breakfast. Obviously, it was not like fantastic. They never really are they? But it was good. I only had it once. As I said, I had croissants in the morning. I can't really do a full English breakfast. I don't know why. It's not very British of me, but I just can't hack it. It's too much for the morning for me. So you can get all of that, like eggs, bacon, hash browns, you know, that whole shebang if you wanted it. So it was quite good in that respect. You could always get what you wanted to. And they also had fresh fruit as well for the mornings, yogurts, cereal. You do have the tea and coffee area and juices for the morning. This was the only thing that I didn't really like from the hotel. Knock off everything. It's all just called cola, stuff like that. That was a bit of a disappointment from like last year, and I just feel like it has it again. I love my soft drinks. I always have done. I'm more of a, you know, soft drinker than an actual drink as well. I just don't drink at all. So that's really my only thing I can fall to when it comes to like an all-inclusive hotel. I don't really like coffee that much, but obviously I'll still drink it. I did have one every morning, but I like my soft drinks, so they are not branded. That was a bit of a letdown from the last time that we went, and it still sort of is now, because none of the drinks are branded. So, you know, if you're used to Coca-Cola, you can't have it. So yeah, that is probably quite a con of the hotel, I would say, that the soft drinks are not branded. Punta is, as I said, in the north area of Tenerife. So this means it is not within the tourist area. Where it is actually very quiet. So if you would like to go to the tourist areas, you do have to travel on the bus, which we did do, which I will get into with all the different excursions and stuff like that. So where it is literally right next to Candelaria. So I do have another video, I will just pop it up here just so you can see the area and how to get to Candelaria from there. We did actually get to Candelaria and it was siesta time, but I will put a few pictures up here of how beautiful it is. It's got a really lovely church. It's quite nice. It's very much a local place again, but still very nice. It's about a 3-mile walk, but you can get the bus. I think it was the 122 took you to Candelaria. Obviously the bus would say Candelaria because the 122 also takes you to Santa Cruz, which I have another video on because we did go there as well. That was only 20 minutes on the bus. Very good for shopping. It is the capital of Tenerife, so a very good place to be near. It's where all the cruise ports go, so it's very fun to explore there. So I will put that video in there as well, just if you're interested to see what it's like. Very good for shopping, etc. So as I was saying, it's not really in the tourist area, so it is very local. Now, this can be a bit of a pro and a con. The pro definitely is you love relaxing in the sun, sunbathing and chilling out. If that sounds like your ideal holiday, go to this hotel. That is for you. The Punta's for you. If you just like a serene, nice time, go to the Punta. But if you want more of an adventure, I would shy away from it, to be absolutely honest with you. This is all the honesty that I have, because for us, we'd already been to the Punta. I mean, my mum's been about 4 times. Most people that you talk about have been to the Punta very many times. So as well, that could be seen as a good thing. People do go back there. But if you want like an adventure, I would not recommend the Punta because of the location. It's just really a place to go to have a relax, and sometimes I can't do that. We did have days of doing that sometimes, but we did mostly go on the bus and go to the places that I just told you about. So it is in a lovely area. It is beautiful. You know, it's just very quiet, not really a lot going on there. So if that does sound like a bit of you, then definitely it is for you. But if you do like adventuring around, etc., I would suggest going more to the south of the island. That is where all the touristy bits are. We did do this, but I will get onto that. So the pools are very nice here, especially the infinity pool, so beautiful. You're looking onto the sea. It is adults only, so that is usually like quite a big drawing point. People usually spend quite a lot of their holiday there because of how peaceful and nice it is. That is very nice. And then you've got the main pool, which was the one where our balcony was looking onto. That pool is where all the kids are. It isn't very relaxing. It's quite noisy. There's loads of sunbeds around there though, and they're all on different levels. So if the sunbeds are busy down at the bottom, which they usually are, you can go up the levels and find somewhere a lot more quiet. So that's what we did, because we were there quite late, because we'd just been to Candelaria. We did some exploring and then went into the pool. I'd never been in that pool before, but it was quite nice, very cold. This is the whole thing with all the pools there. They're not heated, which I do respect. It is Tenerife, you know, it's a very warm climate, but not very warm at all in the pool, so you can see everyone going in going, oh, ah, yeah, because it's just so cold. But it's nice when you get into it. It's a lovely cool down after you've been in the blaring hot sun. We did get really good weather. We did about 80 miles while we were there of walking in 10 days. But yeah, we did a lot of walking, a lot of getting around. So pools, they're quite nice. And also with the premium, you get the solarium. I did get a video of that because we went down and nobody was there. It does open an hour later than every other pool, but then it does close an hour after every other pool as well. So if you want to take that into consideration, we thought it opened at 8 along with the infinity pool, but I think it opens at 9. So we got down there like really early and it was closed. So we just went and had a bit of a sit down and waited for it to open. But that was a very beautiful area. So you have 2 sort of like plunge pools, but there were also hot tubs. So you press the button and then the bubbles would go. And the sunbeds in the premium area down the bottom were nicer sunbeds than what you see in the infinity pool. So they had like headrests on them. They were much more nicer than the other ones. And that view, like when you're in the infinity pool, there is like a glass and it sometimes gets a little bit dirty. It was quite dirty this time when we were there, but sometimes it isn't. So when you're there, you can splash the water in the pool and then you can see the lovely view. But when you're actually in the sunbeds, like we have to go to the top because that is the smokers area, you don't really get the nice sea view at all. So you don't really see it. So when you're actually down in the premium area, you are always looking at that sea and it's literally right in front of you. And I would say it's a heat trap definitely there. But the first time we went, so that was the second time we went, it was very, very windy because of where it is. You know, there's nothing blocking it from the sea. So if it is windy, you know, it will be like this. The drinks from every single like bar and pool bar and all that sort of thing. So you always have beer on tap there. The soft drinks that I was talking about, nothing branded from there. And from the premium area, that was all you got. So it was just beer, soft drinks and coffee actually. Coffee as well. So in the infinity pool they had put in a new machine which I loved, because obviously that is the adults only area. There was like a soft drinks machine, but it had like whiskey and coke, vodka and orange, spirits and soft drinks. I didn't really record it all, but that was new from when I went before. I had quite a few vodka and oranges. I know I said I don't drink. I drink on the occasion, and it was actually quite nice when you mixed it with like vodka, so that was quite good. But on its own, it's a bit bleh. I didn't really like it. So that's a really good new touch. So now you can get like proper drinks down at the infinity pool, because that doesn't have a manned bar. Main pool, which is always very busy, you do actually have a proper bar. Now these bars, they do get very busy and chaotic, I would say. You can get like slushies, they have all different drinks, coffee, everything you really want, to be honest. I just got slushies when I went down there. So the pools are definitely a selling point to the hotel. I wouldn't say the main pool, but definitely the infinity pool. And then better than that, obviously they're not really based on pools, it's more on sunbathing, but definitely the premium solarium was amazing. It was beautiful, quiet, and you had those, obviously those plunge pools. I absolutely loved it in there. Now I'd like to talk about the premium aspects of the Punta. So obviously we did go premium. I did have a wristband on. It's very long gone now, I'm afraid. I'm pretty sure I did get a tan line from it. But so it was a gold wristband because it was premium. So as I said, you do get the bathrobes. The one thing about that is that it didn't fit me. But I didn't go and say anything because I was a bit embarrassed really, so that didn't fit me. The slippers were quite nice to get out of like the bath or the shower to use. I didn't use them myself because I brought my sliders, what I wear in the house anyway, so there wasn't really a lot of like padding on the slippers either, but they were okay just to get out of the shower sort of thing, you know, and just put more comfortable shoes on, which is what I did with my sliders. Obviously the solarium was definitely a big selling point to the premium. So beautiful down there, definitely worth the money to go down there, I think, because you could always get a sunbed down there, and the other bits not so much. I mean, obviously we might have gone when there wasn't a lot of premium guests, I'm not sure, so it could be a different experience if you went down there and, you know, had a premium, but definitely worth it going in there and going premium. Much better than the other rooms that we've had before, much nicer furniture, and the beds were better. It was better quality than the other ones. So obviously there's, as usual in like a Spanish hotel, you get like two big single beds pushed together. So it was basically like having a twin bed really, so you know, big twin bed. So if you're sharing with someone and you didn't ask for a twin, which we forgot to, so that was absolutely fine. It wasn't like we were sleeping on top of each other. So that's another good thing if you're sharing with someone. Quite big beds. They had mattress encasements on them, which I don't know if it's the norm in the normal rooms, because I never checked that, but we did realise that because the sheet had come off a bit and then we saw what it was. So yeah, all in all, I do think the premium was definitely very good. That was all of the things that you got with it. I was sort of expecting a teeny tiny bit more. Oh, the TV as well, I forgot to mention that. The TV had its own Chromecast on it, so the Wi-Fi in there was absolutely perfect. That is another thing. The Wi-Fi in this hotel was amazing. It worked in the room like that. I was so worried because I forgot about the data thing. I've just got unlimited data. Forgot that I won't work in Spain. So to have proper working Wi-Fi was just the best thing ever. So the TV would just do a Chromecast, so you could watch YouTube, Netflix, anything that has that little like screen with anything that had that you could watch on this TV. Obviously, because you're not in the UK, if you had a VPN, you could get around it, but we couldn't watch like BBC, ITV, that sort of thing, and everything was thinking we were Spanish, but on like Netflix it didn't really matter. I didn't really see anything that was that Spanish on there, so that was all fine. So now I'm going to be going on to the pros and the cons to the hotel. So definitely pros are, it's very quiet around the area, definitely a lovely place to sit and relax. Also, the infinity pool is amazing. The solarium was beautiful. It's got such a lovely view going for it. There's quite a lot of nice places nearby to go. The seafront down there is beautiful as well, with the waves crashing on it. So nice down there. Also, the cost is a cheap hotel, definitely. I will obviously tell you the price after. Food is okay. It's not amazing, but it's also very good for what you're paying for. The rooms are very clean. This hotel is so clean. There is always somebody cleaning it. You get maid service every day. They make your bed for you. I think they do change your bed as well sometimes, but it's not like every single day. But they do come into your room, clean all your rubbish out, give you new towels, toilet roll, whatever else you need. So that was very good. They also had games, so there was like, I would say like a sack throwing game outside with the waterfall in front of it. They also had a shopping area, which I have got some videos of. There's also a games area. Other than that, it's just got like a pool table on it, and there is a gym as well, so I did get some footage of all of that. The shops are quite good. I got some of this stuff. I got this lava bracelet from there. There's also another ring, not this one. I did get this one from Santa Cruz. I'm just basically Tenerife'd out. And this is from Ali Hop, which is in Candelaria. So definitely, if you're going to go to Candelaria, please go to Ali Hop. I loved Ali Hop. And then this is also from Ali Hop. I got a bit obsessed with that. Anyway, there was quite a lot of shops around there, souvenir shops. Definitely get like fridge magnets, cigarettes as well, because obviously we know that they're very cheap there. A lot of towels. I did get a towel from there, just a Tenerife one because I forgot one, but I do like having my Tenerife one now. I'm like, oh, remember that time. Another pro of the hotel is you have a bus stop right outside of it. As I said, you can get the bus to Candelaria or to Santa Cruz, and also if you walked up the hill you could get a bus to Las Americas, the popular area, but it was about 22 stops. So of course we did the TUI option, which was actually pretty good. We paid £25 to get to Las Cristianas. So that bus was actually for Siam Park. So of course they do all the excursions to Loro Park, Siam Park, and then to Las Cristianas. There is many more, but we only saw that with what we wanted to do. A lot of them are quite expensive because I'm pretty sure you do actually have to get to the south to do most of the things on there. So we did do that. We did get stuck in traffic on the bus, but obviously you cannot really help that. That was it took quite a bit of time off of our day to go there, but obviously that's not Tui's fault, you know, stuff like that happens. So that was very good. The two people were actually very helpful as well. They helped us with going to Santa Cruz. They gave us a little map and wrote where to go on everything, so we could actually follow the map and not get lost, and know where we're going from where we were. So that was very helpful of them. Now I'm going to get on to the cons of the hotel. So I would say that the lifts, there wasn't enough of them. We spent many a times waiting for them lifts to go up. We gave up in the end coming down for breakfast. We just had to use the stairs because it was so busy around that sort of time. You know, people going to breakfast using the lifts. You'd be standing there for about 10 minutes and you still won't have a lift come to you. So you had to wait a very long time to get the lift. So that wasn't very good because every single morning we had to walk down the stairs. If you can't do that, I would definitely suggest getting a lower floor so you could just walk down the stairs. We were on floor 6, so that was quite high up to go down the stairs every single morning. Obviously, we never come up the stairs because when we went down for, you know, the rest of the day. But another thing on that, there is also, so there's the lifts. Then if you just go around the corner, there is the service elevator. Now, they do say that is an extra elevator. I wouldn't really suggest using it while the maids are using it because that is obviously their elevator. It's for them working. But if you're at like 8 p.m. and you want to get up but the lifts are taking ages, I would always say go around and press the button there, because 9 times out of 10 that would open and these two wouldn't, because you got 2 there and then another one at the side. But there's so many rooms for these 2 lifts to have. You'd only be allowed 6 people in the lift, so you know when you're up high you're gonna have to wait a while. As well, a lot of people were reserving the beds very early in the morning, and then you do not see them. Like, they've reserved the beds, gone for breakfast, done something else, and then, you know, they come back. So definitely, if you do want a space in the infinity pool, you know, that's in a desirable area, I would say you need to get down there very early. Same with all the other pools really, except the premium ones. So I do suggest going down at like 8 a.m. and putting your, well, don't put your towel on there, but that's what everyone else does. You're not meant to do it, but probably do put your towel on the beds, because they're just going to be reserved and you won't get anywhere. That's why we had to go to the main pool, because it was later on in the day. Everyone was already on there, so get your sunbed while you can, because people obviously don't want to be in the shade, they want to be in the sun. So definitely go down and do that at the start of the day. We did have a second party playing, so it was sort of just like TUI, but the padding on the seats was a bit thinner, so it was quite uncomfortable there. As well, when we went to check in our bags, the line was so long, it was absolute chaos. So they had like the people pushing in front saying that their plane was boarding. Ours, we didn't have enough time after we'd actually got into the lounge, or whatever you'd call it, into the airport properly, after checking in, after going through security. We did not have enough time to have something to eat. It was a very busy time, so that was not a very good thing. Obviously, I don't know if that happens all the time. I think at the moment as well, Tenerife is quite busy because winter sun, as they call it. It was very nice to have some winter sun. So it's quite a busy time. So it was, I'm not going to say it's going to happen for everyone, but it just was not very ideal because we could not get anything to eat, drink, anything. So that was quite annoying. So in the Punta del Rey in Tenerife, we paid £677 per person for 10 nights. So that was the 6th of October to the 16th. It depends what you want out of a holiday. All in all, if you want the serene, nice experience with nice pools, you know, and that sort of thing, go there, have a relax. You know, it isn't the best hotel in the world. I know that people probably won't like me saying that, but it isn't amazing. But you know, if that's what you want out of your hotel experience, I would definitely say the Punta is for you. Just a relaxed time, But remember about the restaurants, remember that you have to go down early, because if you don't, it's absolute carnage. Bear that in mind, you know, go down to lunch, go down to breakfast, go back down to dinner very early. You will be okay then. But personally, I'm not going to be going back to the Punta again. Been there now, done that. I sort of know everything about it now. So, you know, you want more of a different experience. You know, I want to stay Las Americas because that was crazy. The video is here. So yeah, I do have a whole playlist as well, which I will just put here. This was everything else that we did on the holiday. They're all posted now, so, you know, if you'd like to see, press up there. So yeah, all up there, what you can do, Santa Cruz, Candelaria and Las Americas. So yeah, I'm not going to be going back there, but it's not because I don't like it. It's just because, you know, I love Tenerife. I think Tenerife is great because it's got the sun. You can go that out of season. That's the main thing for me. Like, I can't afford to go anywhere when it's actually summer. So to be able to go out of season, go to Tenerife in the blazing sun. It was about 26 degrees. So don't let the October time put you off. It's always warm in Tenerife. I hope you enjoyed this review. Put down in the comments if you've ever been to the Punta, or if you're thinking about going, and if this video actually helped you or not. I did try. So yeah. And I hope you did enjoy, and bye everyone.